Good morning, everyone. This is John Rickzel Macalos from BSHM3A, and I am here to report about the Philippine Tourism Law Chapter 13, the Labor Law. Our learning objectives is to enumerate the classification of employees, their benefits, privileges, and policies affecting them, identify some best practices in handling human resources in tourism establishments, identify the procedures in handling sexual harassment in the workplace, and explain the rights of workers employed in tourism establishments. For our topic outline, we will be discussing about the constitutional provisions on labor, benefits, privileges, policies affecting employees, and the laws against discrimination. Before we begin, I would like to share this quote that is relatively related to our report today. It is about Abraham Maslow. A motivated worker will be a productive worker. This quote means that when workers are motivated, they naturally become more productive. Motivation gives people energy, focus, and the drive to do their best. According to Maslow, meeting people's needs like feeling safe, valued, and fulfilled leads to higher motivation. So, to boost productivity, it must be important to first inspire and support the worker. Now, without any further ado, let us move to our first topic, the constitutional provisions on labor. In Section 3, the state will protect the labor and promote equal employment opportunities. This means that the government promises to take care of workers' rights and make sure everyone has a fair chance at getting a job, no matter their background. In Section 14, the state ensures safe working conditions and supports women's welfares. The government will make sure that the workplace are safe for everyone and will provide support specifically for women's health, safety, and the well-being in the workplace. In Section 15, the state respects independent organizations to protect collective interests. This means that the government acknowledges and values labor unions or other worker groups that represent and defend workers' rights and shared concerns. In Section 16, the state guarantees that the right to participate in decision making will be established consultation mechanisms. The government promises that people, especially the workers, will have a say in decisions that affect them and will create systems like meetings or committees so this participant can happen. Now, for the next slide is the benefits, privileges, policies affecting employees. The Constitution guarantees labor protection, including the right to self organization, strikes, and a living wage. This means that the law protects workers by giving them the right to form groups like unions, go on strike when needed, and earn enough money to live decently. The state promotes shared responsibility, allowing workers to participate in decision making through consultations or unions. The government supports teamwork between employers and workers, encouraging workers to have a voice in decisions either through discussions or through their unions. Labor is entitled to a fair share in profits, not just wages, while businesses deserve fair returns. Workers should get more than just basic paycheck. They should also benefit fairly from company success. At the same time, businesses should still earn reasonable profit. Working women's rights are protected with safe conditions and equal development opportunities. Women at work must be kept safe and be given the same chances as everyone else to grow and succeed in their careers. Now, let us talk about the employee classifications. First, we have the regular employees. These are workers who do important ongoing jobs. If someone has worked as casual employee for at least 1 year or past a probation period, they can also become a regular employee. For casual employees, these workers are hired for a specific time or project. But if they do the same continuously for 1 year, they can become regular employees. Seasonal employees. These workers are hired only during certain times for of the year, like harvest or holiday seasons. They may be rehired again when the same season comes around. Project employees. Hired to work on a specific project. If the company doesn't officially end their job after the project, they might be considered regular employees. Probationary employees. These workers are on trial period, usually up to 6 months, to see if they're a good fit. If they meet the standards, they can become regular employees. Employees for a fixed term. They have a contract with a set end date. And but the contracts can't be used to take away their right to job security. Overseas Filipino workers, also known as the OFWs. These are Filipino citizens working abroad. Their rights and protections are covered by the Republic Act 8042, and now we're the special workers, the apprentices, people being trained for skilled jobs like the electricians or mechanics for up to 6 months. And we have the learners. These are the trainees for semi-skilled jobs like factory work for up to 3 months. And then we have the handicapped workers, workers with disabilities who are protected under Republic Act 7277 to ensure they are treated fairly. Now let us move on to our next topic, the benefits privileges policies affecting employees. Minimum wage, it is the lowest legal amount or a worker can be paid, set by the regional tripartite wages and the productivity board under Republic Act 6727. The goal is to help workers live decently and to encourage better work performance and productivity. Collective bargaining agreements. An agreement between employers, and a group of workers, usually through a union. Both sides must negotiate in good faith, honestly, and with respect. It covers important topics like wages, work hours, working conditions, and how complaints are handled. Must be registered with 30 days of signing, and the agreement usually lasts for at least 3 years. Labor Management Councils. They are set up in a workplace to improve communication, resolve conflicts, and handle negotiations between employees and employers. Employee representatives are chosen by the workers themselves to ensure their voices are heard. Maternity and paternity leave. This leave is for employees who have recently had a baby. Female employees with at least 3 months of contributions to the Social Security system get 60 days of maternity leave, 78 days for the cesarean deliveries. Employers pay the full salary, but they are later reimbursed by the Social Security system. Union rights, strikes, and lockouts. Unions and strikes lockouts have certain rules to ensure fairness and peace. Unions must be certified before they can negotiate for workers. Strikes or lockouts requires a notice period, a cooling off period to try and avoid conflict, and majority approval from the union members. Service charge distribution. When customers pay service charges, like tips, this is how it's split. 85% goes to the employees who serve the customers and 15% goes to the management to cover losses or other costs. Employee contracts. Employment contracts must be clear and follow the law. Contracts should outline clear terms for different types of workers like the probationary and the project based. casual, and the fixed term employees and must comply with legal requirements. Death benefits. Support for families of employees who have passed away. Primary beneficiaries like the spouse or children get monthly pension. Secondary beneficiaries like parents receive a lump sum amount, and the funeral grant of 12,000 pesos is provided plus additional benefits for work-related deaths. Health benefits. This includes support for health-related issues such as sickness, medical care, and hospitalization. To the eligible, an employee must have made at least 3 months of contributions to the Social Security system within the past 12 months. Now, for our last topic, the laws against discrimination. In Article 3 Declaration of Basic Policy, the government promises to protect workers' rights and ensure fair treatment, promote full employment, meaning everyone who wants to have a job should have the opportunity to work, guarantee equal opportunities for all regardless of sex, race, and beliefs, and regulate relationships between workers and employers to make sure they are fair and just. Discrimination is any in any form, like threatening someone unfairly because of their gender, race, or beliefs, is considered a criminal offense, meaning it is illegal. And that would conclude my topic. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that this report provided you insights about this particular topic.